Day 1, A Nightmare in the Woods. As we set up our tent deep into the heart of the forest, the peaceful tranquility of nature was shattered by an unnatural silence. The whispers of the trees ceased, replaced by an ominous feeling that something was terribly amiss. Our group, consisting of me, Boris, and few others, had planned this camping trip for weeks, excited to explore the wilderness and bond amidst the beauty of nature. But little did we know that this adventure would take a horrifying turn. Day 2, the bear's grin. Waking up to a misty morning, an eerie stillness hung in the air. As we prepared our breakfast, we noticed disturbances in the ground, suggesting something large and unseen had passed through the night before. Later that day, as we explored deeper into the woods, we heard a rustling in the undergrowth. Turning around, we froze in terror as we came face to face with a bear, but not just any bear. This bear had a smile, a grotesque grin that sent chills down our spines. Day Boris disappears. Panic set in as we realized that Boris was nowhere to be found. We searched the campsite and the immediately surrounding area, but all we found were signs of a struggle. It was as if the bear, with its horrifying grin, had silently taken Boris in the middle of the night, leaving no trace of its attack. Night, a sleepless nightmare. We huddled together that night, too terrified to fall asleep. Every sound in the darkness was magnified tenfold, and the memories of Boris's disappearance haunted us. In the dim light of the campfire, the shadows seemed to move with a life of their own. The woods, once a haven of peace, had transformed into a nightmarish realm of fear and mystery. Night 3, Kant. Seeking the truth alone in the darkness, I ventured into the woods, driven by a mix of fear and determination. The silence was overwhelming, pierced only by the occasional rustle of leaves or snap of a twig. As I called out Boris's name, the night swallowed my voice, leaving a sense of isolation that was almost tangible. Each step felt like a march into the unknown, and the fear of what I might find weighed heavily on my shoulders. Fear gripped my heart as I spotted the bear lurking behind a tree, its uncanny smile sending shivers down my spine. Even more horrifying, it seemed to be standing next to a pool of blood. The moonlight revealed the bear's massive frame, which appeared even larger than it had in the daylight. Its eyes, fixed on me, seemed to gleam with an otherworldly intelligence. The once peaceful forest had transformed into a chilling theater where I was the unwitting protagonist. Surviving by a narrow margin, that night, in an adrenaline-fueled blur, I barely managed to evade the nightmarish bear that night. Its unnatural smile seemed to taunt me as I fled, my heart pounding in my ears. The bear, now towering and imposing, pursued me relentlessly through the eerily silent woods. I could feel its presence behind me, like a malevolent shadow threatening to consume me whole. With a mixture of luck and sheer terror-fueled determination, I managed to elude the bear and escape into the safety of my campsite, breathless and trembling.